Where's the real haters? Where's the real motherfuckers? The real Johnny B, pizza tit, yeah, the boy. Where's he at? Huh? Where's that pussy ass motherfucker at? What about Flubba Dub? Yeah, Flubba Dub, you bitch made motherfucker. What about you? Where you at? Anyway, homeboy's wearing his fucking white t-shirt, titties popping out, looking like a straight fucking homo. Yeah, looking like he was living out in the woods. Motherfucker's probably beaten off in grandma's basement. Yep. Fucking bitch ass motherfucker. Homeboy sends me a speaking video. This dude looked like the straight up fucking nerd out of Star Wars, fucking Dungeons and Dragons type shit carrying a sword. With tits! And for those of you that tell me, oh, but Mike, you're going to lose money. You're going to lose clients. You're going to lose opportunities. I don't give a...
Well guys, it looks like we are back once again with the most man-titty obsessed guy on the internet right now, and the man who seems to be absolutely determined to ride Wes Watson's Mini Watson, good old Mike Forgione. And you see, this will actually be the third time that we discuss good old Mike, mainly due to the fact that this downright goober right here cannot help himself but to crash out at every tiny little negative criticism that ends up coming his way, and just always ends up throwing what I can only consider as a little bitch fit. And the last time that we covered little Mike here, we actually talked about one of his baby rages where he was upset because me and Bubba flamed the living shit out of his ass, and pretty much both ended up calling him out for running these very suspect courses and just being a typical wannabe alpha male. And he ended up going on a tangent the entire day. And I'm not talking just, for the morning or just for the afternoon. From breakfast to dinner, this guy was sitting there and crying on his Instagram story. And it was just some straight up pure gold, with this being only a couple of the highlights from his little crybaby day.
Alright guys, so I just had some motherfucker hit me up in the DMs. I've been having a lot of gets hitting me in the DMs talking straight trolling, acting crazy. These guys are fucking lonely. Like, the definition of lonely is these motherfuckers.
Look at this, Wes. I get these motherfuckers. Oh my God, this had to be like the fourth one I've gotten in the last 2 days. See the one that I got yesterday.
You guys know all these trolls online make these hater videos talking about, oh, these alpha males are begging for money. First of all, anybody that calls another man alpha male, straight up.
You sound like one of them bitches. One of them fucking bitch-ass haters. And you're running your dick sucker about Wes when it's your fucking fault. It ain't fucking Wes's fault.
And surprisingly, the best part about last video wasn't even watching him sit there and freak out, but it was watching him go ahead and be one of the first people to comment on my video, showing me that I am living rent-free in this man's head, where he tried to say that it would be so much better if you got more views, #hater. And of course, this was absolutely hilarious, considering the man barely gets over 100 views on any of his videos, and is out here getting 5 likes at a time on Instagram. But the funniest part was, I of course had to go ahead and rage bait him into messaging more, and I told him to go yell at your camera some more, little guy. And naturally, Bubba of course had to get in on this shit as well, and ended up pointing out that Mike was one of the first people to view my video, before flaming the absolute shit out of him, and telling him to let us know when his skanka leaves to bounce on a different chorizo, which is just a crazy line in general. And of course, with Mike just being such a fiery little fellow, he came back an hour later just to comment to get our popcorn, and then viewers ended up responding to this chain, and it led to Mike just divulging his entire life story apparently to try and prove the haters wrong. So it really is some interesting shit, to where this man is now messaging us directly to go ahead and try to talk shit because we made him upset. And this is not where all of his crying and raging even began to end, because he then went on to post some more shit on his Instagram, just talking about the haters in general, before going on a rampage for a day, to where he talked shit about one guy who apparently trolled him in his DMs. And it started with this video right here, where you can clearly tell that homeboy is mad as hell.
And I want to bring you guys up to speed on what's been going on here lately. So lately, throughout the day, I've had, I can't even tell you how many people hitting me in the DMs and playing that game, that troll game. I've weeded out most of them. Most of them, I weed them out quick. One of them got me today. I was like, yo, check this out. You ain't got a profile picture. You're talking like you want some help, but I ain't fucking with you unless you send me a speaking video. So send me a speaking video so I know you're real, and then we'll move on from there. Homeboy sends me a speaking video. This dude looked like the straight up fucking nerd out of Star Wars, fucking Dungeons and Dragons type shit, carrying a sword with tits. Anyway, homeboy wearing his fucking white t-shirt, titties popping out, looking like a straight fucking homo. Yeah, looking like he was living out in the woods. Motherfucker's probably beaten off in grandma's basement. Yep, fucking bitch ass motherfucker. So we're talking, and I could just kind of tell from the video, like, this dude ain't for real. He ain't about it. But anyway, I'm going to entertain it because he did send me the speaking video, and I kind of wanted to give him a chance.
So of course, since it is Mike that we're talking about here, and he is just constantly checking out all of the man tits that are popping up in his vision, the only thing that he was actually able to point out about this guy was that he apparently had tits. And I don't know if that's what got Mike all fired up, or got him going, if you know what I mean. But this guy clearly got under his damn skin, because it not only led to a just ton of different insults being spat out by Mike to try and hurt this guy's feelings, I guess, where he was saying that he's beating off in his grandmother's basement, and made some weird comparison to a Jedi or some shit. I don't even know where he was going with that one. But it also led to an entire day of him crashing out. And after this, he went on a different little monologue to where bro was just yapping about how he didn't want to take his money unless he knew he was dedicated, before he continued the crash out and just continued to try and talk shit and to try and rage bait the guy, I guess, into responding to him again. Like, I don't know what the point of this was. He was just sitting here mad and ranting. Bro is quite literally bald and malding.
I gotta know that you're committed in order for me to take your money and teach you everything that I need to teach you, and also motivate you and coach you on the coaching calls and keep you accountable. I ain't with that bullshit. Anyway, he's fucking dragging it out, leading me on, making me think that he was actually going to make a commitment in life to change his life. Definitely needs it. Looked like a video game playing keyboard warrior, Dungeons and Dragons looking motherfucker. Yeah, real weird, spooky looking motherfucker. But I was like, fuck it, I'll help you. I don't discriminate. But after he started running his dick sucker, then I realized who he really was. So we got down to the point where I sent him the program, sent him the pricing, sent him all the information. And then he sends me back a book of all kinds of shit. You've been trolled, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. He wants to suck dick and all that shit for a living. That's what he wants to do for the rest of his life. So, yeah, I tried to screen record it. Didn't realize that you can't screen record videos that are sent through chat. So next time, for you guys, I'm going to take my other phone and I'm going to screen record it. I'm going to record it. For the haters, I'm going to put y'all motherfucking bitches on blast. Keep with me. And I ain't going to with you unless you send me a speaking video too. So, hey, you want to get on blast? Here we go. Get your motherfucking popcorn, bitch.
And yeah, you better watch out. If you dare message him, he's gonna go ahead and film you and put it on blast. Also, that 5 random people can like it on his little Instagram page. And just maybe he might get 3 comments against you. You better be careful, buddy. And naturally, instead of addressing any of the different arguments that I have made against him or that other people have brought up against him, Mike just continued the personal attacks as he sat there mad in his garage, fiending about this one random guy wasting his time in the DMs. Like, this is just some insane work. Not only did the guy bait Mike into talking with him about the courses, but he upset Mike to such an extent that he wasted an entire day sitting there mad and talking about it while yelling random insults. And this is still nowhere near where it ended, because the insecurity just continued to pour out, and Mike then decided to show the DMs before crying about it even more.
All right, guys, so I'm going to give you a little rundown. This is the fucking clown right here that we were just talking about the last couple of videos. He actually uploaded a profile picture. Weirdo. Look at this fucking guy. Weirdo. Anyway, You can press and hold anytime and stop the story here so you can read. So, then it went on to do this bullshit. He sent me a video, but I couldn't screen record it. Damn, I wanted to screen record that shit. I slipped. That's what we got back into it. Boom. I sent him the prices. And here comes the dick sucker running. Hater. Man, you guys are fucking that lonely. Wow. I just can't fuck. My mind boggled when I see the shit that they put me through in the DMs. It's like, you guys are real fucking lonely. Holy shit. Lonely ass dick smoking fools. What the fuck is wrong with you people? Listen, I get it. I called you out because you got tits and you don't want to do anything about it. But there's a lot of guys out there who have tits and they're not happy about it. They want to do something about it. So let's get them the help they need. But all you other clown ass fucking hater bitches that got tits, yeah, I said it again, you got tits, you bitch. And you don't want to do nothing about it. That's what makes you a bitch. And you want to hate on a bunch of people. Triggered.
And yeah, the lack of self-awareness is actually fucking incredible. Because this guy sits there and has the nerve to go ahead and add triggered at the end of it, like he hasn't been triggered for the past 4 or 5 videos. Shit, he was triggered for like the past 2 or 3 days. It wasn't even a 1-day thing at this point. We have a multiple day crash out. And the craziest part is I can't believe what triggered him. Let's go ahead and look at some of these comments and look at what this dumbass actually believed to be real. Because good old Ethan here, aka the guy who trolled him, really said, I really am trying to get rid of the man boobs so I can go out and get me a nice slice of booty too. Dating is hard when you have bigger boobs than all the women out there. So I don't know how the hell Mike bought into this shit, or how he believed this was real by any means when homie is talking about getting a nice slice of booty too. But I guess mentioning man boobs enough will just speak Mike's kind of language. And when reading through these, I think I identified what really actually upset Mike. And it was the fact that Ethan badmouthed Wes Watson. And he said, cause I know a guy who got a program from Wes, and basically, dude did nothing for him. It was a complete waste of time and a scam most likely. So I can see why he gets so much hate and trolls for pushing the alpha male agenda. You can't be an alpha male if you're not 6 foot at least. I've got a few inches over anyone that claims 6 foot, but if you're 5'8", then you're not ready to commit to the alpha male life. I'm glad you can really help me achieve all that and I can be brother. And then he also decided to talk about Wes having the micropeen and the Watson titty special. And you already know Mike read this and immediately got fucking pissed. And after going ahead and showing these chat logs, Mike then proceeded to talk about it further, where he tries to, I guess, play some reverse psychology and tries to rage bait Ethan back, but it just ends up failing and he just ends up glazing Wes Watson again for like the 40th time now.
Guys, so I gotta add a few more things to this shit before I wrap it up and call it a night. But I'm reading this dude's shit, and I'm like saying to myself, how the fuck did this guy get past my little screening process, right? This motherfucker, a lot of the shit that he said, he actually means this shit. Because when I seen that video of him, I'm looking at the guy and I'm like, yep, fucking straight Star Wars nerd. Yep. Tits for sure, just like he said in his comment, you know. He convinced me, and he was real. He really did have tits. He really was a nerdy looking kid that needs help. Definitely fucking needs help. And it's funny because the things he said, if you go back and read the shit he was saying, it's all true. He really does have all that shit. Let's go over it real quick. Hold on. Let's go over it. Hold on. Check it out. I'm really trying to get rid of the man boobs so I can go out and get me a nice slice of booty too. Dating is hard when you have bigger boobs than all the women out there. Yo, he's telling the truth. I seen the video. I wish I could have fucking shown you guys this shit. Fucking crazy. Holy shit. trying to find more affordable, yeah, whatever. I mean, it's fucking crazy. Holy fuck. Wow. This dude's screaming for help. Really. But he had to flip to be a hater. Talking about, oh, I'm really ready to kick life in the ass. Okay, it sounds like you can help me. Pretty determined to kick life's ass and not the other way around. Then the truth comes out. The real motherfucker at his soul, at his core. He got it all out. He was able to express himself, but the real soul, like what he wants to believe, came out. With all the hate, talking shit, running his fucking dick sucker, alpha male, talk shit about Wes. This motherfucker talk shit about Wes. Wes is a good coach, man. Wes fucking cares about all his people and fucking makes sure he gets people the results. Some crazy ass shit. Yep. And then boom, you've been trolled. Fuck. Fell off. Lost cause. Crying for help deep down inside. And then goes on this hater shit.
And there you have it, the real reason why he is so damn angry. And it's because this guy would dare to badmouth Big Daddy Wes. This guy would dare to say anything bad about his poppy. And the only person that is actually screaming out for help at this point is Mike, because he is clearly going through a midlife crisis and is doing anything he can for attention on the internet, even if it only comes from good old Ethan talking about the Watson titty special. And this cry for attention continued to get worse, because after his little garage ranting, he went to the gym, where he still managed to keep ranting. And he even called out John Bravo and Dubs, trying to get even more attention, and I don't even know why he'd want to do this. It seems that he is actually just trying to bring a shitstorm upon himself.
You know, I finally got me some haters, but I feel like I'm in elementary school with these little school kids running their dick sucker. Where's the real haters? Where's the real motherfuckers? The real Johnny B, pizza tit, yeah, the boy. Where's he at? Huh? Where's that pussy ass motherfucker at? Runs his dick sucker all day long on YouTube. What about Flubba Dub? Yeah, Flubba Dub, you bitch made motherfucker. What about you? Where you at? Yep. Calling all of you pussies out. Bunch of pussies.
And I don't know what inspired this man to try to call out these two people, because if he's getting this much annoyance from me and people like Bubba to where he can't handle what we're saying, I don't know what he thinks is going to happen when John Bravo and Dubs gets on his ass. Because anyone they've called out has had their entire internet persona completely destroyed. And you see, this is where I was going to end my video and where I was going to call it for the week. But as I was wrapping this up, I then saw that Mike has made another post starting a new day of raging, where he went on a rant about how all of the haters right now in this group of people are alphabet people. Whatever the fuck he means by that.
All right, guys. So there's a group of haters online that we can't piss off. Oh my God, it sucks we can't piss these people off. Because I want to piss them all off. I want to trigger every one of them. But this one group, whew, can't f with these people. They are for real. They're f***ed up. They got a problem. You know what? We already know they got problems because they are the alphabet people. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. You know those people that took every letter of the alphabet? Woo. Holy f***. Don't f*** with Rainbow Bright. No. That's a problem.
And yeah, this is just a perfect place to go ahead and end this one, because we yet again have little bro out here trying to rage bait, when in reality, he's just mad because people think he's a goober who only talks about man titties. And you can just see how annoyed he is about the entire situation. But I think I'm done here, so if you enjoyed, please drop the sub and the like, and I'm out. Watching Mike Forgione continue to be an angry little man-child, in peace.
Y'all know all these fucking haters out there who run their mouths about guys like me who are like, you got tits, do something about it. Guys, you know why I say that shit because I was that fucking guy. And I had tits, I had the love handles, I had the gut, the whole fucking package. And I did something about it, but I made sure to document the entire journey all along the way. You know why I documented the journey? I documented the journey for a couple of different reasons, but one of the reasons was to hold me accountable. Hold me accountable. So that you guys can hold me accountable and say, damn, Mike's doing it. And then if Mike don't do it, how does that make me look? How does it make me look to say I'm on this journey and then I don't do it?